Okay. So for somebody that is kind of torn between looking at Unreal and Unity, I decided what I'm going to do is take another little tour of my library and explain why some of the what Unreal is doing is really easy and neat. So first of all, this is the game library. Then we pop down to Unreal. Now, one of the things that I haven't really discussed here is they have an answer hub, and this takes you to a web page where you can ask a question, get an answer. They'll get back to you. There's also this place here where they do an online learning setup, and this is something that's in the 425. This is the new one coming up, and it's also a little bit in 424. And this is what you would use to be able to create atmospheres on planets and things like this. I think it was 425 where they do the volumetric water. They go right at that. That's one of the few things that some of the major developers talk about, where they talk about how Unreal's kind of a little less at good at that as say CryEngine, which is a good example there. Now, CryEngine's just nowhere near user friendly like some of this stuff is. It's very yeah. I looked at it and went, and plus the dependencies to try and get that started, get it, and this was a weird story too. Was when I went to install Unreal, I tried it, it wouldn't work. Well, I went, okay, so I'll screw them. I'll go over to Unity. So I get the Visual C package, I get this package, I install that, I get Unity running. Then the next day I went back and I thought, well, maybe I did something wrong, and I tried the Unreal, and then it worked. So something they did over at Unity helped me get that sorted. So I don't know what that was. Anyway, so there are a couple of things that you need to know when you're doing things. First of all, when Epic comes out with its free stuff, right? You go into the marketplace here. Let's just say, and this will pop up. It'll be like a little showcase thing, right? And they just randomly pick packages and show them up here. It's never the same thing. You might see, this one just keeps popping up, so they're pushing that one for some reason. It's a little pricey for just something like that. And then you get this here, right? The free for the month. Now, this has now been free longer than a month. It was free last month. Anyway, this is a neat thing for a survival build system. So you could, once you have the base system, you can add things into the wheel, right, to allow more levels of building and stuff like that. This helps you with level design, okay? To give you an idea, let's say you wanted to build what's over here, right? These mountains and everything else, right? Well, you click on this package, and this is like a brush. So when you click, it will make that little indent, and the size depends on how you have your brush set up, okay? They got little videos in here on how to use these things, and it will tell you the engine support, right? And stuff like that. Now, what I suggest to anybody who wants to start out, go get 4.23, okay? Add that and 4.22. Almost 99% of everything that Unreal has at the moment will support those two engines. Okay, especially 422. 422 was around for quite a little while and supports everything way back. And 423, there's a few things that are kind of in there that, only that engine can do, or 424, right? And then there's stuff that's just 423. Like if I go back here, see, now that's different. If I go into my library, I can show you something what I'm talking about. Let's just scroll down here. Now these are the packages that you can add to a project, okay? And if it says create project, it'll create its own kind of project, and then what you'd have to do is manually move things around so that you can bring them into things. Um, Now, I wanted to show you one of the packages is like just 423 as an example. Like if you mouse over these things, like it has this little eye here, and it tells me that it's supporting, it's not compatible with 424.1, the newest engine. Everything I have here, literally, except for the last month's stuff, except for a few things here and there that the developer themselves is upgrading, would be, you know, 423 or back. This one, only the Unreal Engine 4.23. And when I migrated it up to 4.2, 4.1, it had some clipping issues, and there were sections that the lighting didn't get brought in right. And I think that they're going more heavily on the light mask system, which can be good, but I don't know how this is going to work for um, bigger areas. Like I'm going to have to do some research because I just can't create that open world map. And every time I drop a texture or some object into the map, it's telling me to rebuild the bloody lighting. It's driving me nuts. I hate seeing those little stupid red things at the top of things. I don't like errors. I don't like meh. But anyway, as you can see here, all these little packs. You got animals, and every single thing in here is something I'm allowed to use in a commercial fashion as long as I build it inside this engine. And the way the terms work is something like you're allowed to make $3,000 before you have to give Epic a dime in any quarter. Okay, so if I make $2,000 one month and 2,000, or 500 for the next 2 months, right? That's $2,500. Well, that's it, right? Now, that allows me to. That allows any indie or hobby guy to make a buck, to do things, to stir up some, hype, whatever you want to call it. Um, this one here, this, yeah, only 4.23. Now this Brushify stuff, it's okay, but I went to their website and I signed up, or I tried to, or I don't know. It's just, these people are really good at sometimes at making graphics and stuff, but they're just shitty and stupid at designing login systems and systems to interact with users. Okay, um, I did something where you have to give them an email, and I whatever, and it tells me I have some standard edition, but I can't log into the website. I was like, once again, it's like this Quixel thing and the bridge thing, right? Like, just to show you, you need a ton of freaking space for this stuff, right? Where is it? I'll go down to a Megascans pack. Like, let's say I wanted some crumbled walls, right? I go in here. Alright. Let's say we'll go to this picture. I want this one, though. I don't want the whole bloody pack. There's a problem with that, is I can't just choose this one via this marketplace. I can with the bridge, which then saves on workflow time, download speeds, etc. In order to get this at the moment, because of the way they just have stopped doing anything. Okay, since the last free pack that's come out, they have done nothing. Nothing. Okay, I don't know. It's like they sent the whole crew of these people on vacation and never brought them back. That's, I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen them pop up anything in Twitter, live streaming, other than their game stuff, right? Fortnite this, Fortnite that, and I'm like, it's kiddies. It's a kiddie game. I'm sorry, to people that like playing Fortnite and everything, but I just don't want the issues with the FTC if they eventually include that kind of a thing in whatever. Which is why I think the free games they gave out this month were a little more on the edgy side. Um, let's see here. So when you click on free, this is another thing that it's not just free for the month. There's permanently free stuff too. Eh? Like you can scroll down through here and see all this stuff. Now, this says it's free, but I'd be extremely cautious in this because any image that is created by NASA, a U.S. government agency that you use, say on YouTube, okay, or any other website or any other, you need to get written permission from them, or, okay. And this is what they say right here. This is this NASA guidelines thing, okay. In other words, why is this here? Okay? I don't want to have to be pissing around to use your stupid little spaceship. I'll just go make this myself, okay? And not have to bother with you at all, okay? This is just it's a fluff piece by some idiot that instead of building spacecraft and doing stuff that's important at NASA, they're doing stupid shit like this. No, really. I mean, really. This is why, people get, what do you call it? They get the urge to say stuff like, well, we should defund NASA because they're not doing anything useful. That's because they're doing crap like this instead of making progress on putting us all on Mars. Anyway, you can go into this Megascans thing here. Alright. And just see this massive amount. Like, at one point I had, like, if I were to go in here, let's see here. Hold on. Let's bring up my Steam account for a minute here. See all these games that aren't installed? You want to know why? It's because I have no space. I got that, and that's it. I added that the other day. I was going to mess around. No, thank you. Why does this always, like, go away. Turn off. Turn off there. Anyway, so, yeah. I mean, I even had to uninstall Elite Dangerous to make space for this stuff because the bridge is broken. The bridge is broken between Quixel and them, and I just left them a really nice scathing message. I said, this is the third time I'm going to have to fix your shit, and I'm sick and tired of it. Okay? This is one of the big issues where if you were in Unity, I don't know what how they do the texturing, but you're going to have to get textures like this to speed things up and everything else too. And I think Substance is a subscription only on Steam. And sorry, I'm not paying a subscription, so the only way for us guys to get things free is to come over to Unreal, and then you get all these things, right? So when I was doing that, let's see, Rocky thing there, you go over to Rubble and stuff like this. I go in here, and I was going to get some stuff out of here and get some rocks and things, and you can get these things here. I don't know why this is here. This is Rubble. I don't know. Anyway, oh, it's that, the wrong pack. So this is the other problem I have. I got to go through each and every thing to see which one I want. Was it? Maybe it was this one. None of these had trees. I had to go find something else totally different to get trees. That's funny. I might do something in Blender with trees. Or I even have another program that's like 8 years old that can just, it's got like 50 trees built into it. You just change them. Yeah. Yeah, this might be the one. Yeah. Yeah, no. No, that wasn't it either. But anyway, you get an idea of the different types of things, like for that. Like, you can just download the whole pack. They're usually like anywhere from 5 gig to 50 gig, right? Like this one, see when you're using 8K textures, look what you want to use. Look what they got to tell you to use your graphics with. This is another problem that I have, is that through this, I only get the 4 and 8K textures. I can't get the 2K, which are at Quixel's website. Which, what they're trying to do, guys, is force everybody who's poor and wants free to piss off. Okay, and I'm just kind of like, okay, well, I'll just wait. I mean, I'm patient. I got video games galore. I can just uninstall all your shit and just say, okay, I'll just play with this whenever I feel like it. Okay. It's no big deal to me, man. I tried to buy something once here when it was on a sale, and the Visa didn't like your website. So screw Visa and screw you. You know, bunch of morons. Leave it to the banking community to be idiots. So anyway, back in here, I've got a bunch of these things added in here, etc., etc., etc. Do I need that marble? And you can just see the kinds of different packs in here and different stuff like that. And like, when you look at special effects and things like that, you can come up here. Where was it? Like, let's see this one here. Right? It says there 231 megs, and I've got that. Now I was using that in the explosions in a different scene, and you just click on it and you can add it right to a project. What's this big giant button about? Yeah, there's something weird in the launcher. Piss off! What's going on here, Steam? Interacting like a moron. So you would just click on this, and then you could just add it to your project, right? I come down here and go into here and just add that, and you know, like right now I got this scene here inside this shooter sample they gave us, and I asked them. I says, so if I rebuild this, change everything up, I could actually go and sell this? And they said, yeah, you're commercially allowed to do that, and they went on their spill in a live stream. So this is, there's a lot of templates and samples that they gave out that are just like, you know, get a bunch of us together. We could be doing little shorts and having, 1 week it could be on my website, and then the next week it's on yours, and then the traffic that starts to build up as people watch this show, right? And they're not having to pay for it. They just watch the YouTube ads, right? There you go. We'd all be monetized in no time and just sitting back, having fun, making some good quality content. I mean, it's not a hard sell. Anyway, we can go back to the library, and that's just one of the little doohickey things there, right? Scroll down the bottom here. Yeah, there's the project right there that has all the buildings in it, and I could do a different setup for the buildings. It could do different things, and if it wasn't for the way Microsoft is slapping people with Microsoft 10, and say Windows 7 was still supported, and I could get the Visual C 2019 like a Windows 10 user can. I could get the chaos destruction, and you could have some fights in here where you could just level the entire city there with a fight, which would be kind of fun in and of itself. I mean, that's Microsoft is about to find out that 35% of its Windows base just disappeared because whatever, and they don't care. I mean, if these Indians think they can code so well, why can't they land something on the moon, right? Try number 3. Try again. Anyway, this is why I say, when you hire with SJW diversity instead of quality, that's what's going to suffer. And when you try and cut corners and costs and hire cheap people, you think it can replace people that are skilled and of quality. It's not going to work out for you. Come on. Scroll. 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 There's the player building system there. There's this one has a dragon in it with all kinds of animations for him in it. This is Scan 3D people. I was going to bring this in, and have a whole bunch of different things in that last ending scene. And you know, Epic's just not updating stuff, right? Like, you know, that's updated for it. This isn't. You know, they stopped doing these guns and things at 422. You know, like this finally got updated by the developer, right? A lot of this stuff is just falling behind, man. Right? 423. Right? Oh, they made that upgrade. This is what you got to do every day. Grenade pack. This is kind of fun too. That's 424. Yeah, good, good. I might bring that into the other thing and then have do a new weapon type that you can throw a grenade, right? You got to pick up grenades. That'll be another bit. Stick people is not coming forward. Vehicle game. Yeah, yeah. 424. Yeah. Is this one 424 yet? Yeah. And this thing here was kind of neat because you could put like televisions in your game and have it go and get content like say from YouTube or Twitch. So you could be sitting there watching 4 different streams. Just kind of trippy. So anyway, this is just some of the free stuff. It's by and far it's not all the free permanently free stuff. It's just stuff I thought was a little bit more useful that I could play around with. And let me see here, what else? So yeah, they have some samples, right? That you is the samples down at the bottom here? If you go into here, that's like the elemental demo thing there. If you scroll down to the bottom here. Like I feel like you know why I don't go in there? Because I'd be so tempted to snap at why they haven't done a damn thing to update anything before they went and released stuff. Guess they don't care anymore. All that other, all last year's stuff is forget it. Buy it new or get lost is what they're saying. Where is it? I don't know where it went. Maybe they got rid of that too. Where are all the samples? Yep, I guess so. I guess I got rid of that too. Oh, it might be in here. Yeah, might be in here. Come on, you. Yeah, content samples. So you go into here and you can see some examples of stuff like this. Don't even bother with the chaos destruction. I mean, it's such a hassle to set up that until they get off their ass and directly put it in the engine, then forget it. I'm not wasting any more extra time on fancy pants stuff when it's such a pain in the butt to do. What happened here? What's this? Oh, they changed this too. Yeah, let's get a COPA violation by having stupid stuff like this in here. So these companies got to realize they can't be doing this shit no more, where they make it look stupid. Most developers are adults. Start putting adult stuff in there so that it looks professional rather than stupid kiddie. we'll make our kid games for our kids later on, and then they can be marketed through you or other people to kids properly at a properly sanctioned site and bought by the adult or the parent. Yeah, there we go. That's the way it should be anyway. Now, yeah, here we are. These are all the samples. So you just scroll down, you can get a whole bunch of these samples, and you can use the assets in these for whatever you want, right? This was a pretty cool little, video and stuff like that. Like, there's bits and pieces in here, right, that you can use for stuff. And they go back, that's all the way back to 6 years ago, some of this stuff. Anyway. So I wanted to make this video, and it was just for somebody it's in my chat, and we were talking about things, and I mean, I could start up the engine here. Let's see, go over to the library, and scroll down to this one here. And it's going to do this for a minute. And bring this thing back up. It's going to take a minute while it loads that, so I'll just go over to here again. That's the whole thing, right? That you want to have a better PC than me if you're really going to go forward with this. I'm going to be hitting like food banks and different things like this, so I don't have to pay for food and everything else for the next couple of months while I gear up to get a really nice PC that can do all this stuff. And I'm not kidding you guys. Once I get this, right, it's the things I'm going to start being able to do at the speed I'm doing them, right? It's going to put some of these other people that have been doing things to shame, okay? Because they've been overpaid as far as I'm concerned, considering the things they're doing, right? Anybody can go into Blender and start messing around with things and come up with stupid, silly things like wormholes and other crap, because that's just normal things you're gonna eventually encounter, okay? Right? What Jim Kruby's doing, though, on the other hand, now that's useful, okay? And it's useful to a lot of people, okay? What's aggravating me is a lot of people just going and getting his free tool, and they don't help him out when they can. And that's, you know. Anyway, okay, so here we are in the engine, right? So, yeah. Why is Steam on? I thought I killed you before. Die. Go away. Just make sure it's dead. So anyway, so when I go, like this, first of all, I'm in the standard level that's there right now, okay? So I go like this, open level, right? And this is the new map that I created. It's in a directory called new maps, okay? And I open it up. This will take a minute again. Probably give me a lighting error too. Have to build navigation. And I dropped a bot in it, and the guy runs over and he kills me like every time, right? It's funny. And this is just to show you. Okay. It's untextured, whatever. So I got to build this area out, etc., etc. Now, I got the level loaded here. Now I go like this. I go into the standard game. Excuse me. Up comes this little box. Ooh, we get sound. Now, what you want to do, right, with this level when it's loaded, see if I set this as the first level, base level, then I could have it in there. And there's a way of doing that when you go into the okay. So first thing I do is I wait for that time to get in there. Then I hit escape. All right, and I'm going to use some cheats just because I'm in developer, right? I'm going to want infinite ammo. I'm going to want an infinite clip. I want to freeze the timer so I can stay in here. Come on. And I want HP regeneration. Come on. There. Now you hit escape. And in here you can change the resolution and stuff like that. Okay? Like if I want to go full screen, I can do this. Okay? I can put the quality and play with the, you know, and I got aim sensitivity. You got different things like this in here. This is keyboard based, right? This is a keyboard base, right? See? It just went full screen on me, right? And it does that. Why'd it do that? It shouldn't do that now. Come on, you. Anyway. Why'd it do that? It shouldn't go full screen. Oh, I got full screen on. That's why. Okay. Hold on. Where are you here? Come on. There we go. Now it should shrink back down. There we go. Okay, so. This has multiplayer built in. Okay. Now, it also has just two weapon types currently, right? You right click, get more active. Now, when I come around the corner here, this guy's going to come over and attack me if the bot system is working. Where'd he go? There he is. I think I killed him. No. He respawned and now he'll kill me. Where is he? Ah, behind me. Oh, another guy over here. Ah! That's what I'm saying, right? I just died. Anyway, so you'd have to develop this to make it a little more, you know, the spawns are farther apart. And I'm going to have ramps and different things and stuff like that so that you can go between the heights and stuff and have different foliage around and make the, you know, and this is a fairly big map compared to some of these things, right? So, there you go. And that's just a sample, you know, and the main part of that was already created, and then they had little maps that they've already done and fleshed out, 7 or 8 of them, right? And then all you have to do is come in and make your own stuff in here, right? And add some weapons and add some things like this. And, you know, that's just a game. This is just something on the side of, you know, the cinematic stuff, right? Okay, so on that end, right? Let's see here, open project. I don't know what it's going to do here. Where was that project that I had that was set up for 424, 424, 424, 424. I can't see. I might have done it in 422. Or was it done in 423? Oh, man. So yeah, then I gotta go with switch engine versions. And this is what screws crap up. So I can open that. That's weird. It might have been that one. I don't know. I don't know. My project 22. Is that it? That might be it there. This could take a little while. Just let it sit in there. Because what I had done is I had added every single Paragon thing in there. See, leave that up. Unless you're going to load the actual thing in. And like, the other point to make is, oh, there we go. Here it comes. See, look at this. Discovering all these assets. That's because I imported it manually. So then it kind of doesn't like it. Content. This is all the different pieces that I brought in here to make this into a crazy little project, right? And this is just the base scene I want to load into because then it loads faster, right? Let me see here. This is the modular building set. That's the last 40 seconds of that little thing. And what you do is you go in here, you would right click on this, sit here for a minute and let it kind of pull in all these textures and things. By right clicking, you're not actually loading that level, by the way. It's kind of just checking to see if all the textures are made, and if any of them need to get made, it then opens the program to compile the shaders, and then you just sort of, then when you go to open your level, it just opens, right? Rather than having to sit there and wait for 15 minutes. Like kind of, I bet you something. See, there we go. So now, I go like this. I go File, Open Level, right? And I click on Demo Scene, and I go like this. And I'll show you the process of how this is done. They've already done the demo scene where you do the pathing down this little thing here, right? Okay. All I've done is I changed it so that it loops, number one. Number two, I added things to the scene which from the explosions, and see how that just went off and different things like this. All these different little explosions and different things like that all the way down the street, okay? And what you do is you go into the cinematics, right? Just click the cinematic button. You would add a new level sequence, right? Call it new level sequence 6. I just wanted to make sure it doesn't do anything silly. And you would put that in, see in here. See, I got a whole bunch of them already done here, right? So then you go plunk, right? And then it brings this up. Now I know it's 40 seconds, okay? So 40 times 30 is 1200. So you want to go a little further. And I think I went to 1350 in it, right? So I'll go 1350, right? And that's the number of frames. And then you just go up here to the top, drag this over, okay? This is just stuff I figured out on my own playing around with it, right? I wasn't even looking at a tutorial. I just went, well, how's this work? And then you come over to, I think it's, which one of these? Render? Right? And the neat thing about this is, no matter how fast or good or slow your machine is, a little window will pop up to the left here, and it will render each frame and put it into a video file at the frames per second you're doing here. So it will look crystal clear, no lag, flow right through, and then you put the output directory, and out comes your videos, right? So when you set up an animation or a scene in this, now you can be doing, you know, that spaceship flying by a planet. You can do whatever you want, okay? Like, this is what I'm trying to say to you guys, is that the potential for all of this is here. We just need you guys to direct your talents, right? What you're good at, what you want to do, bring it in here and, give us a little hand, I'll give you a hand, If you're doing something you need a hand, I'll do that too. I'll help you out. I'll do what I can. Like, scratch my back, I scratch yours kind of thing, right? So anyway, so that's how that works, and just different things like that. And you know, I've had to in 424, I've had to really play around with the lighting, okay, because they've been doing stuff with the lighting stuff. And just to show you how big this little area is, we'll go for a little walk around it, right? Okay, these are all the buildings, right? You know, doesn't take much more to build like a little miniature downtown. You could just make this place about 4 times as big, like, and you'd be able to do a massive little fight in here. And if you had characters that are able to climb or fly, you'd be able to do neat things around here. All right, why did these buildings not load in? Oh, just spaces for where you can build new buildings. Okay, never mind. Forgot about that. So this is where the next little area that you can build on would go, I guess. And if you want to see where all this stuff comes, you go in here and you can see, okay, here's all the little different types of buildings and stuff like that, like upper brick windows, okay? It'll show all this stuff. There's all the upper brick window stuffs, right? And there's even just an upper brick. This is what I mean, right? It's all pretty neat like this. Anyway, I just wanted to show that, to show somebody basically what I've kind of been able to do. And in Google Chrome I have like different tabs. There's 3 of them that have over 200 tutorials on Blender and Unreal Engine. Okay, so when I need a reference to be able to do something, I can go over and I can find a tutorial. And this is why YouTube is very handy for stuff. Okay, and what I do is, if you've done a tutorial, I go and check you out and I see how easy it is to follow your tutorial, how to get it to work, and then I compare that to ones I already have. And if you do better, I go and I give a subscription to you, and then I give you a like. I tell you I'm following you, and and I add that in. And what I'm going to do one of these days, guys, is I'm going to make a little website, right? And then I'll bring it into OBS, right? Because you can bring websites into OBS, and I'm going to showcase a whole range of everybody else's tutorials that would cover every topic that you want to do, right? Okay, when you go back into the engine, right, like, how do I move things around? How do I do this? How do I do that? Right from the basics right on up. See, a lot of what I'm doing when I show things, it already assumes you have a little bit of basic knowledge about how to move around. Like, you would like select an object, and there's this little circle with these arrows on it, right? Well, if you drag this arrow this way, it moves it that way. And then if you go up the top and you hit the scale button, then you go to the middle, and then you move up or down, it makes it bigger or smaller. If you grab one side, it grabs just that sets of vertices and makes it smaller, so you can make something look thinner or fatter, or taller or skinnier, right? But the base would be the same. There's different things like that too, right? Anyway, I'm going to let you go. I wanted to put this video up for a friend. Anyway, have a good one.